Hey,
Hey.
sorry,
Is everything working?
my internet dropped for a second.
Okay, for a second
Okay.
I thought that was my computer because my computer was doing the exact same shit when I was trying to get in the stream with Sean Baptiste earlier.
Okay, hey, are we back?
Yeah. I mean, I see the game.
Okay, good. Camerack, you're seeing game?
Can you move around in the game to see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see your mouse and all. Okay.
Okay, my music died, but yep.
Oh
Okay.
no, technical issues in the stream.
Okay,
dear.
well,
Oh God.
we were complaining. You know, we
erase this entire recording.
were complaining about. Oh, hold on. We have robot echo voices. What's
Do we?
according to Camerack? Oh, according to Sploder. But the other voices are really quiet now. Hold on. Let me just turn this computer all the way the fuck up. Okay, guys, talk now.
Yes, I am right here.
What? Yeah.
Let's see here. Sound 17%. Let me turn this a little down. Okay, let's. I'm gonna close the program real quick. And just get it back so we can have our music back.
Yep.
Tell me how big the window is. You know, make sure that we're doing this right. Oh shit, hold on. Add screen region. There we go.
I don't see any game currently, but.
Yeah, we're back to black screen again.
I'm fixing it.
For sure. In the meantime, I will be right back because I'm going to grab another beer.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're still on Twitch. And in theory, what you should be seeing right now is the ZSNES window.
I do. It's small, but I see it. What was that?
I guess that was someone at TJ's house.
Oh.
It's still small. Is it expanding?
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, so it seems it's at the right height now. It's at the right size.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything looks proper.
Yes. Okay, cool. Hey, what was that sound, TJ? Did you, like, run into someone?
That was Lulu and Lynn laughing at anime in the... I love them so much.
You know, why was Lulu watching the stream if she could have, like, been in the room? Like, on the call?
The way our house kind of operates is that everyone has, like, their areas.
Okay, I respect that.
We usually kind of... It's not, like, an intentional thing, but we all just kind of tend to stick to our zones and only switch around every once in a while.
Alright, that's cool.
Plus, like, 90% of the time, my room is, like, blasting some horrible music that only I like, so... In fact, the only reason I'm not blasting music right now is because I have headphones on. But be sure, it's definitely loud.
Oh yeah, no, it was really funny. It was really funny. I was trying to mention Paul Bear earlier, and Zolani, you were there for that. But like before you were there, I was trying to ask him about like some doom metal band that he's really into called Evoken. And I was say, you're really into a doom band called Evoken or something, right? And he said, I'm listening to them right now. Which was it was so funny. Okay, I leveled up again.
Funeral doom metal,
Yes.
which is like a subset of doom metal, which is a subset of metal.
I love my subsets. What can I say?
I gotta say, you know,
subsets.
How deep does this go?
here's the thing. Everyone like, a lot of people complain about, like, how genres are classified, but the thing about it is that it is actually fun. You know, like, it's actually kind of fun to go, like, oh, this is doom metal, but it's, like, a different style. Like, what would I call this kind of doom metal? Oh, I think I'll call it funeral doom metal.
Doom metal.
Yeah. You know, people...
Progressive funeral doom metal.
Oh my god, progressive
funeral tech doom.
Dude, progressive doom would be the worst thing because it'd be like 30-minute songs of like, it'd be like really slow riffs, but like the slow riffs are constantly changing. Like,
I don't know about you, but that sounds like 80% of my music.
I feel like it isn't Sunbather kind of like progressive death metal though, just because it's so different. Like it's so different.
Whoa,
well, it's such a different tone from like what's usually sort of understood in that.
I would say it's more like post rather than progressive, because progressive mostly talks about like a certain style of playing. Like most of the time when you think about progressive music, you think about stuff that has like a lot of action going on with the instruments.
When we talk about progressive metal, we're talking about progressive rock. So the lineage there is like Rush and Yes, and like bands that have like a '70s kind of sci-fi aesthetic going on, and that sort of has carried over into a lot of those bands. As being like, basically I really don't know how better to say it, even though this is a really horrible way of saying it, but a lot of those bands are cheesy. They're really cheesy.
Hella cheesy.
Like, that blog that Anna Anthropy runs, like, that has like 70s sci-fi cover art. I'm not sure if she runs it, but she posts stuff from it a lot.
Science fiction, 70s science fiction?
Yeah.
Okay, 70sci-fi.tumblr.com.
Yeah, that one. Those kind of images is the kind of imagery you would associate with the kind of progressive rock music, and the progressive metal that comes from that lineage is of that visual, is influenced by that kind of visual aesthetic as well.
You know what? I remember. I think I've listened to a progressive rock. I've listened. Does anyone know what? Oh God, I have them right here. I have them on my computer. Stereolab.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I've heard the name too, but I have not actually. There's a bunch of bands like that where it's just like, I've heard the name, but I just haven't bothered to listen.
Well, Stereolab is post-rock, and they are super cheesy. I just remember that because you were noting that before.
Yeah.
When we talk about, like, if we're talking about the post prefix, kind of it emerged. The thing about post is that it first emerged with post-punk. And it referred to a lot of bands that were like, basically, they were a lot of musicians that kind of got bored with the simplicity and like kind of the rigidity of punk music. So they started doing stuff like experimenting with synthesizers. So a lot of the first post-rock bands, or the post-punk or post-rock bands, were like, they were kind of associated with
like electronica,
like goth. They were associated with new wave and that sort of thing. And so that kind of, and the same kind of mentality of like, okay, we're kind of like bored with the genre, so we're going to kind of like expand it, like, expand what it's talking about and that sort of thing. That basically also applies to like post-hardcore, for example. Like post-hardcore is like when hardcore punk bands like start having a stronger sense of melody and they start writing lyrics either like more abstractly or more emotionally. And so that same kind of mentality applies to post metal. It's kind of like when you take heavy metal, which has like a lot of kind of cheese and schlock to it, and you try and kind of bring it back down to earth a little bit. And
yeah, you kind of take apart the elements that you can while still making it retain a certain type of feel. That's why when you have like bands that are like post-metal, like a lot of times they get described as metal, sometimes they get described as rock, just because they fit like in between that line where it's like, we have like the metal influences, but we're not letting that hold us down.
Yeah.
Like we acknowledge it, but we don't let it control us.
Death Heaven is specifically working from black metal, and and just in case you're not aware of this, and not to be insulting, but black metal does not mean it's played by black musicians.
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, black metal was a term that was starting to get used in Scandinavia a lot in during the 80s to describe bands in Scandinavia mostly that played satanic metal, and a lot of the lyrics of that music focus on that, and the sounds that you hear in Death Heaven, which is like basically the whole wall of sound coming at you as fast and as hard as possible, and like in a really uncontrolled way where like there's like two guitars playing like whole chords across all of their strings, and there's lots of echo, and it's a lot about soundscapes and stuff. That's very much black metal, like but the post element comes in, and like for example, the post element comes in, and for example, like, well, a lot of there's literally like like black metal bands will literally have like songs called like "Ode to Satan" is like that's a fake title I just made up, but I mean like it's like that's a real example of a black metal song title. Sunbather, the actual song on the album Sunbather, is about having an affair with a married woman.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what I get out of the lyrics.
Okay. It's funny that you can tell. I had no idea. I couldn't really decipher anything from this lyric.
Oh, well, I mean,
I couldn't decipher anything from the screaming.
Well, no. I'm not saying I could hear the screaming. I'm just saying I've looked up the lyrics, and I'm saying like that's what the lyrics are about. Like there's references to like rings and cages and that sort of thing, and like guilt, and there's definitely images of like sex and that sort of thing. It's like it's abstract, but it's what I get out of it.
Okay.
Okay. So there's that, and there's also the fact that like the tonality of it as well. Like for example, the two biggest songs off of Sunbather that people remember most being Dream House and the song Sunbather itself. They both are major key, more or less. Like most of Dream House is in D major. That's just not metal. Period. Like you just don't write in major keys. It's just not something metal bands do, because it's all dark and grim and shit. And I mean that works for it most of the time. Most metal bands can't write in major keys without there being. I'm really not trying to say ludonarrative dissonance. What was I trying to say? Well, I mean, yeah, just there being dissonance between the lyrical content and the music. I think for Death Heaven it works really well, and it proves that any band could do it, because it's kind of like. Because it changes enough of the aesthetic in a kind of way where it's almost like, oh shit, what the fuck am I saying? I completely lost track of this sentence. They just make it work. They just display that it can work, and I think they also take it because the production values of Sunbather are different from the production values of most metal albums, strongly. Like for example,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Like for example, like the drums sound completely different on Sunbather than they do on almost any other metal album. Like it sounds like room miking, which is, I'm sorry if I'm talking in completely foreign language, but so it changes enough both about like how the metal is played.
I mean, what I could make out from the drums was that I felt the drums were kind of lighter, and I felt like I could decipher their details a little better.
Yeah, that's actually completely true. Most drums in metal are recorded in a really upfront way, and really, dirty secret, a lot of metal drums are like they're recorded, and then like the takes will be just edited. Basically, like they'll reconstruct the drum tracks out of like the best snare hit, the best kick hit, and they'll they'll edit those into like the actual drum. Like they'll edit those together, and that'll be the drum track. Like it's kind of shameful, to be honest. Because metal is strongly about musicianship and that sort of thing, and it's just, like, the fact that that's true is just kind of sad. Oh, shit, I ran into a fucking dragon.
Oh, shit!
The only one in Dragon Quest, of course.
You need to let us know when all these big events happen.
I actually ran into a dragon earlier.
She wants to get in the call.
Who? Does she?
Hey,
totally
give her my, hold on, I'll add her in contacts right now.
Okay.
Let me throw her in the call real quick.
Oh, you can do that?
Yes.
Oh, cool,
yes,
cool.
I can. I just did it. Or at least I added her to the chat, at the very least.
I think I want another beer, but I'll wait. I usually have one beer for the night.
I'm on my second.
Shit, I'm a very light drinker.
I'm on beer 0.
I have one beer and I'm like, alright, I'm good.
Okay, wait, TJ, can we please make a game called Beer 0?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh god.
Is this like a town that they destroyed?
Looks like it. Oh
yeah,
my god.
And there's like dragons all over the fucking place. And these dragons